It's always nice to go out into your garden and pick berries right from the plants in your own garden. You can't get any fresher than that. And there's lots of fruit bushes that you can do that with. You can also do it with raspberries, of course. But if you're interested in doing it with raspberries, then you might want to take a look at this highly unusual variety that's called Raspberry Shortcake. It's part of the Bushel and Berries homegrown berries brand. What's interesting about this is that it's a very short, compact growing raspberry. Normally raspberries that most people grow get to 5 or 6 foot and they're prickly. This particular one doesn't have any thorns or prickles on it, so that it's really easy to reach in and pick the fruit. Also, because it's so compact growing, it's a beautiful little plant to put into say a container, or to grow somewhere where it doesn't get too big. It's actually a compact growing variety that has little short internodes. So instead of growing up to 5 or 6 foot, this one stays only about 3 foot high. Bright green foliage now in springtime, and then shortly it's going to start producing flowers. In fact, I see one right here on the top of this plant, and what's interesting is that that little knot will turn into white flowers, which then of course turn into bunches of beautiful red raspberries. And so it's easy for kids and parents alike to go in and pick the fruit from it. These plants will carry fruit this year, but as you see here, the plants are also making lots of fresh growth. You see all these bright green canes that are on here, as they call them in fruit talk. That is often referred to as spawn. These are the shoots that are going to grow up now the rest of this season, and they're the ones that are going to overwinter and then carry the fruit next year. So as heavy as these might fruit this year, you're likely to get even stronger and heavier crops next year. Then you get into a cycle of removing the old fruiting canes. When this one goes over and finishes carrying its fruit, you go down into the middle of the plant and you cut that out, and then you leave these young fresh green ones to grow up and then produce the flowers and the fruit for next year. So it's this continual cycle that you get through, producing lots of delicious raspberry fruit on a short, compact growing little raspberry. This is Raspberry Shortcake, part of the Bushel and Berries homegrown berries brand.